The young woman knelt, pleading for help from her ex, a lawyer who was implicated because her father had agreed to something. It deeply hurt her to have left him years ago. "Do you know my mom?" the boy shouted. Patrick was shocked to see a young boy who looked strikingly like him burst into the office of the law firm where he worked. "How dare you make my mom cry?" the boy shouted, pointing at him angrily. "Do you know she cries every night because of you?" Patrick blinked in disbelief. "Who's your mom?" he stammered, caught off guard. The boy raised an eyebrow. "You don't know her?" "The woman you always make cry, my mother, Luna Miller." What if all these years Patrick's assumption that Luna never loved him was wrong? They had a child together, unknown to him. "Let go of my dad." Luna screamed at the police as they arrested her father. "My dad's innocent. He didn't steal any money." Her voice cracked, nearly breaking into sobs. Luna was on the verge of tears as the police ignored her, shoving her father into the patrol car. An officer turned to her. "If your dad's really innocent, he'll face the case in court. Find a good lawyer to defend him." As the officer started to walk away, Luna grabbed his arm. "Sir, we don't have money to pay for a lawyer. We're poor, but no matter how poor we are, we'd never steal, especially not my dad. He's done nothing but work hard for us despite life's hardships. He always taught me never to do wrong, warning that bad deeds come back to haunt you. Miss, you can get a free lawyer from the public defender's office. Try going there for help," the officer said before leaving with her father. Tears streamed down Luna's face. Her father was just a humble janitor, falsely accused of stealing money he'd never touch. She knew he'd never steal or do anything wrong. Luna visited him in jail, holding his hand tightly. "Don't worry, Dad. I'll do everything to get you out. I'll find a good lawyer to help us." Her father squeezed her hand. "Don't worry about me, sweetheart. I'll be fine here." Tears welled up as she saw her father's situation. "I'll get you out, Dad. I'll find a way," she promised, her voice breaking. Her father smiled, his kindness unwavering, making it even harder for Luna to understand why he was being punished for a crime he didn't commit. At work, Luna felt like she was floating, lost in thought about how to help her father. "Luna, I heard what happened," her coworker Max said. She looked at him, unable to speak. Max hugged her, and she broke down. It was the first time someone had comforted her, making her feel less alone. "What happened?" Max asked once she'd calmed down. "They're accusing him of stealing money," Luna said, tears falling. "My dad would never do that." Max nodded. "I know, Luna. Your dad's the kindest man. He'd never do something like that." He rubbed her back. "Don't worry. We know he's innocent, and the truth will come out. He'll be free." She wiped her eyes. "He's so good, Max, but why is he being punished for something he didn't do?" "Do you have a lawyer yet?" he asked. She shook her head. "Not yet. I'm going to the public defender's office tomorrow to find one. I'll take the day off." Max sighed. "Don't worry, Luna. I know a great lawyer who's never lost a case." Hope sparked in her chest. "Who is he?" Before Max could answer, she added, "But I don't have money. A good lawyer like that might be expensive." Max shook his head. "No, Luna. You won't have to pay. He doesn't charge clients who can't afford it. He helped my cousin when he was falsely accused. He's a great lawyer, and I'm sure he'll help you. Your dad will be cleared in no time." Luna's hope grew. "Can you tell me his name and where his office is? I'll go tomorrow for my dad." Max patted her shoulder. "I'll text my cousin for the lawyer's details and send them to you." Luna grabbed his hand, smiling widely. "Thank you so much, Max. I don't know how to repay you for all your help." He squeezed her hand and smiled. "It's nothing, Luna. You know I'd do anything to help you." They'd been friends for years. Ever since Luna and her father moved to the city, she'd found a job as a waitress in a diner where Max worked, and they became close. He always helped her without expecting anything in return, like now. Later, Max stopped by her workplace to hand her the lawyer's business card. "Here it is," he said, smiling. Luna took it gratefully. "Thank you, Max." His cousin, standing nearby, frowned. "Wait, Luna needs help." Max nodded and explained the situation. His cousin nodded. "You've done a lot for her, Max. I hope she sees your efforts and returns them." Max laughed softly. "I don't expect anything in return. When you love someone, you don't ask for repayment." His cousin shook his head. "You're the biggest martyr I know when it comes to love." Max just laughed, waving goodbye as he left, confident Luna would be thrilled with the card. After work, Max handed Luna the card once more. "Here's the lawyer's card. Visit his office tomorrow to handle your dad's case." She took it, smiling at Max. "Thank you so much, Max." He offered, "Want me to come with you? I can take the day off." She shook her head. "No, you've done enough by connecting me with this lawyer. I'll handle it." She glanced at the card, but her smile faded as she read the name, Attorney Patrick Vasquez. Max didn't notice her reaction. "That's him," he said. "He was my cousin Jules's lawyer. He's great, Luna. He'll help your dad." She froze, unable to speak. Max tapped her shoulder, snapping her out of it. "Is something wrong?" She forced a smile. "No. It's just, his name sounds familiar." "Thanks again, Max." She grabbed her bag and hurried out, not waiting for his reply. At home, Luna went straight to her room, set her bag on the bed, and changed into comfortable clothes. She picked up the card again, rereading the name. "It's probably not him," she muttered to herself. "Lots of people have the same name or last name." She closed her eyes tightly, but memories flooded back. Flashback. Luna laughed as Patrick appeared out of nowhere holding flowers. "Where'd you pick these?" she teased. He scratched the back of his neck. "From Mrs. Thompson's garden." She shook her head at his antics. "If Mrs. Thompson catches you, you're in trouble." He put an arm around her as they walked. "I won't get caught unless you tell on me." She playfully pinched his nose. "You're studying to be a lawyer, and this is what you do?" He grinned. "Don't worry, babe. Once I'm an official attorney, I won't give you picked flowers anymore. I'll buy you the most beautiful, expensive ones, even a whole garden." Luna smiled, stopping to look into his eyes. "Even if they're not expensive, if they're just picked, I'm happy as long as they're from you, from the man I love." Patrick's face lit up. "I love you, babe." She smiled back. "I love you too." Their lips met briefly, and the memory faded. Luna snapped awake from the dream, sitting up and touching her head. 6 years had passed, but she still remembered her old boyfriend vividly. Maybe it was the card she'd read yesterday. She shook off the thought and got ready to find a lawyer for her father's case. Standing outside a building with PVL Law Firm on the sign, Luna felt nervous despite telling herself it was just a coincidence that the lawyer shared her ex's name. Her heart raced. What if it was Patrick? She shook her head. This wasn't the time to dwell on that. Her father was her priority. Taking a deep breath, she entered the building. Inside, she saw employees helping others seeking justice just like her. "Excuse me," she called to a passing man. "Where's Attorney Patrick Vasquez?" "Do you have an appointment?" he asked. She shook her head. "No. I just came straight here since a friend recommended him." She showed him the card Max had given her. My co-worker's cousin Jules was his client. The man took the card, glanced at the back, and nodded. "Ah, Jules Jimenez, yes. Mr. Vasquez was his lawyer." "Wait here, I'll let him know." Luna smiled. "Thank you." The man entered an office, and Luna clutched her sling bag tightly, praying this wasn't her ex. "Miss, you can go in now," the man said, snapping her back to reality. He held the door open, and she stepped inside. The door closed behind her, leaving her alone with the lawyer. A muscular man stood with his back to her, talking on the phone. Even from behind, she could tell he was fit, his polo shirt straining against his biceps. When he finished his call and turned, her heart stopped. It was Patrick, her ex. "Patrick," she gasped, her voice trembling. His face showed no surprise, only a cold, serious expression. She couldn't help but feel hurt. He was so different from the warm Patrick she'd known and loved. "It's been a long time, Miss Miller," he said formally, his words like a knife to her heart. "Miss Miller?" Since when was he so formal? "Oh, I forgot, it's been years since we last saw each other." He added, his gaze sharp, "Since you left without a word, since you abandoned me." Luna swallowed hard. "Patrick." He raised a hand, cutting her off. "No need to explain, Miss Miller. That was a long time ago. I've forgotten it all." Her heart squeezed painfully as he stared at her coldly. "Anyway, what do you need?" She swallowed again, unsure how to proceed but determined to focus on her father. "I'm here to ask for help," she began. He interrupted again. "You need my help after what you did to me?" "Really, Miss Miller?" She clenched her fists, unable to respond. Every time she tried to speak, he brought up the past, her mistake of leaving him. "I'm sorry for what I did, Patrick, but right now I really need your help," she said, her hands shaking as she clasped them together, feeling like she was freezing. "You think I'll help you," he said, crushing her hopes. "You won't help me?" she asked, her voice breaking. He didn't answer. "Please help me," she pleaded, nearly dropping to her knees. "You were recommended by my friend," they said. "You've never lost a case. You're my only hope." He smirked. "Is that what you thought when you left me?" Tears welled up as their conversation seemed to go nowhere. "Please, Patrick. After you help me, I'll never show my face to you again." She pressed her palms together, begging, but his cold gaze didn't waver. "Never show your face again," he laughed bitterly. "You'll use me and then leave me again." His glare darkened. "For your information, Miss Miller, I'm not an object you can discard when you're done. I'm a human being." Luna looked down, gripping her bag tightly. She hadn't meant it that way, but her words had clearly angered him. "That's not what I meant, Patrick," she protested. He cut her off. "Out," he said, pointing to the door. "I won't help you, Miss Miller, no matter what." Her lips parted, but no words came. The tears she'd held back finally fell. "I'm sorry," she whispered, rushing out of the office. The man who'd spoken to her earlier noticed her crying as she left. He entered Patrick's office and found him staring out the glass wall. "Sir, what happened to that woman? Why was she crying?" Patrick, still facing away, shrugged. "I don't know." As the man turned to leave, Patrick called him back. "Leo, gather everything you know about that woman's case." Leo frowned. "Why didn't you ask her when she was here?" Patrick shot him a sharp look, making Leo swallow hard. "Okay, sir, right away," he said, saluting and hurrying out. Patrick looked out the window again, spotting Luna walking away. "Luna," he muttered, clenching his fist. After leaving PVL law firm, Luna headed to the public defender's office to find a lawyer. Her time with Patrick had been wasted. He clearly had no intention of helping her. Why had she hoped it wasn't her ex when the name and firm matched? Shaking her head, she arrived at the office and asked who she could speak to about her father's case. To her surprise, no one was available to assist her. Everyone was busy. "Excuse me," she asked a woman. "Where can I request a lawyer?" "What's your name?" the woman replied. "I'm Luna Miller." The woman seemed startled. "Sorry, miss, but we don't have any available lawyers right now. As you can see, we're all swamped." Luna glanced around, noticing groups discussing workplace lawsuits. "Is there really no one available?" she asked, her hope fading. The woman shook her head and handed her a card. "Try contacting this person." He offers free help if the client can't pay. Luna's heart sank as she read the name, Patrick Vasquez. Everyone kept pointing her to him, but he had no intention of helping her because of her past betrayal. Thank you, she said, leaving with the card, unsure what to do. Luna visited her father in jail. How are you, Dad? Are you okay here? Is anyone bothering you? She asked. He smiled. I'm fine, sweetheart. Don't worry about me, focus on yourself. She squeezed his hand. Don't worry, Dad. I'll do everything to get you out. You're innocent and you shouldn't be locked up. Her father teared up, wiping his eyes. Thank you for believing in me. That's enough. After the visit, Luna returned to PVL law firm. Taking a deep breath before entering, she thought she'd never come back, but she had no choice. The other employees were busy, so she went straight to Patrick's office, knocking before entering. What are you doing here again, Miss Miller? He asked, his tone cold. She swallowed, still not used to his icy stare or to being called by her last name. Please, Patrick, I really need your help. If I have to kneel, I will. He stayed silent, so she dropped to her knees. I know I hurt you. I left without explanation. I'm ready to explain, to do anything, if you'll just help me. Tears streamed down her face. She'd do anything for her father, even beg. Anything? He asked, looking at her. Yes, anything, Patrick. He nodded. Okay. Come back tomorrow to discuss the case. Overjoyed, she stood, wiping her tears. Thank you, Patrick. Thank you so much. She left feeling hopeful for the first time in days. The next morning, she called work to take leave and return to the firm, only to be confused when she arrived. Excuse me, is attorney Patrick Vasquez here? She asked a woman at reception. Papa P? Luna frowned. Papa who? The woman laughed. Papa P is attorney Patrick Vasquez, that's what we call him, especially the women, because he's so handsome. Luna remembered how popular Patrick had been with women back in school. She'd felt lucky then, chosen despite the many beautiful girls after him. Now she no longer felt that way. She forced a laugh to play along. Is he here? He told me to come back today for a case. The woman looked surprised. Didn't he tell you he's out of town and won't be back for a couple of days? Luna blinked, stunned. He didn't mention that, he said to come back today. The woman shrugged. Maybe he forgot. Papa P's always busy, he probably forgot to tell you. Luna nodded faintly. Can you text me when he's back? Here's my number. She wrote it down and handed it over. I really need to talk to him about my dad's case. Don't worry, Miss Luna, the woman smiled. I'll call you when Papa P's back. Luna thanked her and left, sighing. If she'd known Patrick wasn't there, she wouldn't have taken the day off. She couldn't afford to miss work, especially now, in case Patrick demanded payment for his services. Days later, the woman, Nicole, called to say Patrick was back. Luna took another day off and went to the firm. Is attorney Vasquez here? She asked Nicole. Yes, he came by earlier. I just called you. Luna thanked her and spotted Patrick leaving his office. Patrick, attorney Vasquez, she called. He turned his cold gaze on her, making her swallow hard. It's about the case. He raised a hand to stop her. Sorry, Miss Miller. I have a meeting now. I can't assist you yet. She followed him as he headed out. It's okay, I'll wait here until you're back. He stopped, looking at her intently. If you say so. He didn't react further, then left in his car. She assumed his meeting wouldn't take long, so she waited. Hours passed, midday turned to afternoon. Aren't you going home, Luna? Nicole asked as employees left for the day. Papa P forgot you're waiting. He's so busy with cases he even forgets other meetings. Luna sighed, forcing a smile. It's okay, I'll wait. He might come back. Nicole looked sympathetic but smiled. All right. I'm heading out. Luna nodded. Now alone, she glanced at her watch, 5:30 p.m., but Patrick still wasn't back. She hesitated to call, not wanting to disturb his meeting. Exhausted from waiting, she fell asleep on the office sofa. Patrick returned and was startled to see Luna sleeping soundly. He approached quietly, studying her peaceful face. Without thinking, he brushed a strand of hair from her cheek, then caught himself. "What the hell are you doing, Patrick?" he muttered, clenching his fist. Luna stirred, opening her eyes to see him staring. "You're back," she said, sitting up. "Sorry, I didn't realize I fell asleep." She checked her watch. 8 p.m. "What are you doing here?" he asked, frowning. "Waiting for you," she replied. "I said I'd wait until you returned." He stood, turning away. "Tomorrow, Miss Miller. It's late and I'm tired from meetings." She looked down. "Can't we talk now?" He turned, glaring. "Are you being selfish again, Miss Miller? I said I'm tired, but you're still pushing." She bowed her head. "Sorry." He scoffed. "Is sorry all you can say?" She stayed silent, feeling his anger. "I'll see you tomorrow," he said dismissively. Luna didn't understand why he was acting this way, punishing her, but she had no choice. If she pushed, he might refuse to help her father, leaving her hopeless. She left and returned the next day, hoping Patrick wouldn't delay her again, only to find him busy with other appointments. "Attorney," she called as she entered his office. "Miss Miller, don't you know office hours are over?" He gaped as he packed his things. "But this is my appointment time." He raised an eyebrow. "What can I do?" "I can't stay late tonight, I have plans." "This isn't my whole life." He laughed, looking at her. "Are you toying with me, Patrick?" she said, voice low. He laughed bitterly. "Me? Playing games? You're the one who played me back then, and now you say I'm toying with you." Tears stung her eyes. "You're making me feel like a fool, stringing me along because of what I did before. You keep bringing me back, but you're never here. I hoped you'd separate our personal issues from this case, because it's important." She broke down, covering her face. "You don't know what I've been through, Patrick. This case matters so much, because I know my dad's innocent. Yes, I hurt you, but I had a reason for leaving." He glared. "Then tell me your reason." She wiped her tears, looking at him seriously. "No, you might not believe me." He stared back. "Try me." She looked down. "It might ruin your life." Forcing a smile, she added, "Sorry for the trouble, Attorney Vasquez. I promise you'll never see my face again." She left his office without looking back, grateful no employees saw her tear-streaked face. At home, Luna was startled to see her son Lawrence. She turned away, wiping her face to hide her tears. Once composed, she smiled at him. "Lawrence, sweetheart." She hugged him tightly. "What are you doing here? I thought you were coming tomorrow." He looked at her closely. "Were you crying, Mom?" She blinked, caught off guard. "No, sweetie, just got something in my eye. You know how dusty it is here." He stared unconvinced, making her uneasy, especially since his eyes were so like Patrick's. She smiled and touched his cheek, then turned to her sister, Agnes, who'd just come out of the kitchen. "Sis," she hugged her. "Why didn't you tell me you were coming today?" Agnes patted her shoulder. "Sorry, Lawrence couldn't wait. Plus, he was worried about you, especially knowing what happened to Dad." Luna frowned. "He knows?" Agnes smirked. "You know your kid's sharp, like his dad, always asking questions." Luna nudged her, whispering, "Sis, Lawrence might hear you." Luckily, he'd gone to the kitchen for milk his aunt had warmed for him. Agnes laughed. "You can't deny he's Patrick's son. He's got his dad's face." Luna sighed, sinking into a bamboo chair, exhausted despite only waiting at the office all day. Agnes sat beside her. I heard you saw Patrick and planned to hire him for Dad's case. Luna rubbed her face. Not anymore, he won't help us. And I couldn't find a lawyer at the public defender's office either. She grew more worried about her father the longer he stayed in jail, fearing other inmates might target him. Why not introduce Lawrence to Patrick? Agnes suggested. Luna stared at her. It might change his mind about helping us. Agnes laughed bitterly. I'm not using my son like that, sis. Agnes rubbed her back. Patrick still has a right to know his son. Luna sighed. I know, but I'm scared. Patrick's angry with me. He's a lawyer, he could find a way to take Lawrence from me, and I won't let that happen. Agnes looked at her. What's your plan now? Luna exhaled. I'll save up for a private attorney. Agnes nodded. Use the money Eric and I saved for our wedding. Luna's eyes widened. No, sis, that's for your wedding. Agnes smiled, holding her hand. Eric will understand. We can save again. The important thing is getting Dad out. Besides, we can't have a wedding while he's locked up. Luna hugged her tightly. Thank you, sis. Agnes stroked her back. It's nothing, Luna, we're family, and family helps each other. This is small compared to what you've done for me. Luna returned to work, leaving Lawrence with Agnes. When Luna left Patrick years ago, she didn't know she was pregnant. Despite the hardships, she kept the baby as a reminder of their love, and while working, Agnes cared for Lawrence, and Luna was deeply grateful. Later, Max asked, Any news, Luna, snapping her out of her thoughts. She gave a small smile. I'll hire a private attorney for my dad. Max frowned. Why? She explained everything, omitting details about her past with Patrick. She didn't want Max asking questions or revisiting old wounds. That's a shame, Max said, but don't worry, I'll help. I have some savings. Luna shook her head. No, Max, you've already done so much. I can't take your hard-earned money. He took her hand. If you're hesitant, think of it as a loan. Pay me back when you can, no pressure. He squeezed her hand. I know how much you want your dad free, so I'll help however I can. We'll find a great lawyer. Tears welled up. She was lucky to have Max as a friend. Unable to hold back, she hugged him. Thank you so much, Max. I owe you so much. Startled at first, he hugged her back. I told you I'm here for you whenever you need help. They pulled apart when someone cleared their throat. Luna froze, seeing Patrick staring at her, his gaze cold and sharp. We need to talk, Luna, he said sternly. She swallowed hard, surprised he'd used her first name. You know each other? Max asked, confused by Patrick's familiarity. Luna hesitated. He's attorney Patrick Vasquez, the lawyer you recommended. Max's brow furrowed. I know, but why is he calling you Luna, like you're close? Luna panicked. It's normal for clients, right? Patrick cut in. We've known each other a long time. I'm her ex. Luna glared at him, stunned he'd revealed their past. Max looked shocked. Is that true, Luna? He's your ex? She clenched her jaw. Angry, Patrick had exposed their history. I'll explain later, Max, she said as Patrick grabbed her arm. Let's talk. He pulled her into the diner's private room. What were you thinking, telling Max we're exes? She snapped. He smirked. Why don't you want him to know our past? She glared. What are you doing here? I stayed away, and now you're stirring things up. Aren't you done playing with me? He sighed. I'm not here to play or fight. I'm taking your father's case. She laughed bitterly. Don't string me along, Patrick. I waited days hoping you'd take it, but you just kept me hanging, toying with me. He looked serious. I'm not stringing you along, Luna. Her heart fluttered at her name on his lips, a feeling she'd missed. No, Patrick, I'll hire a private attorney for my dad. Though she wanted to believe him, she couldn't risk more disappointment. I'm serious, Luna, but where will you get the money for a private attorney? We both know it's expensive. She didn't answer, knowing he was right. That's not your problem anymore, he said. Patrick, you can go. As she turned to leave, he grabbed her arm. Don't be stubborn, Luna. I'm here to help. She stared at his face, shaking off his grip. I've studied your father's case. There's a strong chance we can clear him, and I promise I'll win this case. He smiled. And I'll win your heart again. Luna froze, her heart racing. What did he mean? She shook her head, assuming he was joking. Days later, Max approached her at work. Luna, someone's looking for you? She frowned. Who? He smirked, and she realized it was Patrick. She stepped out and saw him sitting alone at a two-person table. What do you need, sir? She asked formally, making him smile. Take a seat. She avoided his gaze. I have work, so just say what you need. He sighed. Take a seat, Luna, I cleared it with your manager. This is about your dad's case. Reluctantly, she Saturday, any progress on my dad's case? He nodded. Yes, besides CCTV footage, I found a witness who saw someone plant the money in your dad's bag to frame him. Hope surged. Why would they frame him? He's always been good at his job, never mentioned any issues. Patrick explained, your dad discovered corruption at his company and reported it to his manager, not knowing the manager was involved. They tried to bribe him to stay quiet, but he refused, so they framed him. Luna gasped, unaware of the danger her father faced. Patrick added grimly, they had other options, to silence him, like killing him. Luna's heart pounded. Patrick took her hand. Don't worry. Once we clear your dad, we'll sue those who framed him. I'll make sure they're locked up, so you have nothing to fear. Her heart raced, seeing his determination to help. It was the first time he'd smiled at her since they reunited. What's our next move? Where's the witness? She asked. Patrick sighed, worrying her. Bad news, the witness left the city, likely scared. He's back in his hometown, in a rural area. Luna frowned. So what happens now? Does that weaken our case? He squeezed her hand. Of course not. We won't let that happen. I know where the witness is. He's in a small town. We need to go there to convince him to testify. Luna's eyes widened. I'm coming. He nodded. Yes, as the defendant's daughter, you'll have a better chance of persuading him. I know you'd do anything for your dad. She nodded, agreeing. You're right. I'd do anything for my dad, for everyone I love. Patrick stared at her. When do we leave? Tomorrow, he said. Her eyes widened. Tomorrow? He raised an eyebrow. Don't you want your dad out as soon as possible? She nodded. The earlier, the better. Where do you live? I'll pick you up. She hesitated, thinking of Lawrence. Let's just meet tomorrow, she said quickly. He nodded, and she left to prepare. At home, Luna told Agnes about the plan. You're going alone with him? Agnes asked, raising an eyebrow. Luna nodded, packing. Just the two of us. Seriously? No one else? Luna shot her a look. Sis, you've asked that 1,000,000 times. Agnes sat on the bed. What if Lawrence gets a sibling from this trip? Luna's eyes widened. Sis? Agnes laughed. You're both single, sharing a hotel room, you know how it goes. Luna glared. We're going for the witness, nothing else. Agnes helped her pack. What's wrong with that? You're single and Patrick probably is too, why not? She started singing about rekindling love. Luna rolled her eyes. Stop it, sis, just take care of Lawrence. Agnes smiled. You know I love that kid. Luna hugged her. Thank you, sis, for everything you do for me and Lawrence. Agnes hugged back. It's nothing compared to what you've done for me, Luna. The next day, Luna's mind raced with Agnes teasing as they arrived at the rural town. At the hotel, the receptionist apologized. Sorry, ma'am, we only have one room left. It's peak season, but it has 2 beds. Luna's nerves spiked, fearing Agnes' predictions. Are you serious? We're sharing a room, she whispered to Patrick. He looked at her. You heard her, everything's booked, unless you want to sleep on the street. She shook her head. There are 2 beds, so we won't be sleeping together. He smirked. Unless you're worried, I'll try something. Don't worry, Luna, I won't do anything. He smiled at the receptionist. We'll take it. Inside, she saw 2 separate beds, easing her mind. That night, she couldn't sleep with Patrick so close, only dozing off at dawn, waking with dark circles under her eyes. Did you sleep well? Patrick asked, setting breakfast on the table. She grimaced, noticing his fresh appearance. You look like you slept fine, she muttered, touching her aching head. He chuckled. I brought medicine. I knew you'd get a headache from staying up. She frowned. How'd you know? He laughed. You were tossing and turning all night, keeping me up too. She pouted. Then why do you look so fresh, unlike me with my panda eyes? He grinned. You haven't changed, even when you're sleep-deprived, you're still beautiful. She blushed, looking away. Where are we going first? Do you know where the witness lives? He placed a chicken wing on her plate, her favorite. After this, we'll head to his house. My investigator told me where he is. At him, touched, he remembered her preferences. He noticed her gaze. What? Don't tell me you're falling for me again. She froze. I'd love that, babe, he teased. She swallowed, flustered by the pet name. You're too full of yourself, Patrick, just like when you were courting me. He laughed. You remember that? She looked down. Of course, I never forgot you. She sighed, memories flooding back. Anyway, thank you for hiring an investigator for my dad's case. It means a lot. He took her hand. I told you I'd do anything to help, and I want to win your heart again. She stared, stunned. Patrick, I still love you. She froze, realizing she'd said it aloud. He looked serious. I know you had a reason for leaving. I know you wouldn't do something without cause. Tears fell as she heard his words. I know you still love me, Luna. I see it in your eyes. He kissed her hand. I won't ask why you left. I'll wait for you to tell me. She cried, and he sat beside her, hugging her tightly. I love you, Luna. I love you, babe. She hugged him back, unable to speak but feeling they'd reconciled, as if the Patrick she'd loved had returned. Patrick helped Luna out of the car, guiding her carefully. She smiled, thanking him, and they approached the witness's modest home. They knocked, and the witness, Mr. Mando, welcomed them hesitantly. Sorry, attorney, but I don't think I can testify. They framed your dad. Luna and Patrick exchanged glances as Mr. Mando continued, What if they come after me? She turned to him. Please, sir, I'm begging you. You're a father too. I'd do anything for my dad. You know how kind he is. Will you let an innocent man stay locked up? Please, have mercy, I'll do anything to help my dad. Tears streamed down her face. Patrick rubbed her back. Mando, if you're worried they'll target you, I assure you they won't. While we fight for Mr. Miller's case, we'll also sue those who framed him. We have CCTV evidence, but a witness will make our case stronger, and they won't touch you. Mando's daughter, Isabel, approached. Dad, if you can help them, let's do it. We're on the right side, so there's nothing to fear. If I were in Luna's position, I'd beg too to save you. She smiled at Luna, adding, I trust Attorney Vasquez, he won't let you down. Luna smiled back but faltered, noticing Isabel's admiring glance at Patrick. She sighed, knowing she couldn't stop women from liking him, he was handsome. With Isabel's encouragement, Mando agreed to testify. Thank you for your cooperation, Miss Lopez, Patrick said, shaking her hand. Luna saw Isabel blush. No problem, attorney. Call me Isabel, she said, smiling. Patrick smiled back. Thank you again, Isabel. I'll handle everything when you come to the city. Luna thanked Isabel too, and they left on the drive. Luna was quiet, feeling a pang of jealousy over Patrick's smile at Isabel. Finally, you're talking, he said, noticing her silence. She looked away. Nothing's wrong. I'm just relieved we have a chance to free my dad. He took her hand, kissing it. I told you I'd do everything to clear him. Patrick drove to a nearby lake instead of the hotel. What are we doing here? Luna asked. He didn't answer. Opening her door, he offered his hand, which she took. Why'd you bring me here? Aren't we going back to the city? He held her hand, leading her along. Why rush home? Let's enjoy this moment together in this beautiful place. We're here, so let's relax. She hesitated, but he stopped, facing her. Luna, do you still love me? Her heart skipped. Because I still love you, from the moment I saw you again, you're still the one I love. Tears fell as emotions she'd buried for years surfaced. Patrick, the truth is I still love you, always have. Not a day goes by without thinking of you, especially when I see Lawrence, she thought but didn't say. I'm sorry for leaving you. I didn't want to, but I had no choice. He placed a finger on her lips. I don't care about your reason anymore. He cupped her face. What matters is we still love each other. I don't want to waste the time we have now. She closed her eyes as he leaned in, his soft lips meeting hers. After years apart since their breakup, she'd had no other relationships. Patrick still owned her heart. They spent the day at the lake, swimming and dating. Aren't we going back to the hotel? She asked as it grew dark. He blindfolded her with a handkerchief. What's this? She laughed, curious. A surprise, babe, he said, his breath tickling her ear. Don't worry, I won't let you fall. He kissed her cheek, guiding her forward. They stopped, and he let go. Patrick, she called, but he didn't answer. This isn't funny, Patrick. She removed the blindfold, blinking as her eyes adjusted. Patrick stood before her, holding a bouquet of pink roses, her favorite. To the most beautiful woman I've ever met, he said, smiling. She took the flowers, inhaling their scent. You still remember my favorite. He tucked a strand of hair behind her ear. We're at the lakeside now, with a table for two. It was a romantic scene, reminding her of how Patrick used to surprise her. I never forgot anything about you, he said. Remember when I promised that once I was a lawyer, I'd give you the most beautiful, expensive flowers? I'm keeping that promise now. Her heart fluttered, recalling his old vow. He pulled her to the table, where her favorite foods awaited, grilled street food. Seeing the skewers, he placed one on her plate. Remember after classes, we'd eat street food? It was enough for us. She smiled, reminiscing. We were simple then but happy. He held her hand. Let's be happy together, Luna. She nodded, their relationship mended. She planned to tell him about Lawrence when they returned to the city, confident he'd be thrilled to meet their son. The next morning, Luna woke to Patrick's arm across her stomach. She looked at his handsome face, remembering they'd reconciled and slept together. Carefully, she moved his arm and cooked breakfast. Soon after cooking, she approached Patrick, still asleep. Patrick, wake up. Breakfast's ready. He groaned but didn't stir. Babe, she said, smiling as he grinned, eyes closed, sighing. She used her old trick to wake him, kissing his lips repeatedly. As she pulled away, he grabbed her neck, deepening the kiss. She closed her eyes, lost in the moment, but snapped back, trying to pull away. His strength held her, and she playfully hit his chest. He finally let go. His voice, husky, "I missed that." She laughed, shaking her head. "Get up, you're faking sleep." He grinned. "It's nice to fake sleep when you're the one waking me." They ate and returned to the city, where Patrick immediately handled her father's case. They won, and he also sued those who framed her father, winning that case too thanks to strong evidence. Hand in hand, Luna and Patrick waited for her father's release. She let go and ran to hug him as he emerged. "Thank you, Luna," he said. "It's nothing, Dad, you know I'd do anything for you." They parted, and her father noticed Patrick approaching. He took Patrick's hand. "Thank you for your help, Patrick." Patrick smiled, wrapping an arm around Luna. "No problem, Mr. Miller. I promised Luna I'd do everything to free you." Her father looked at her. "I'm happy you two are okay again." Luna and Patrick exchanged smiles. "Let's go, I'll drive you home," Patrick said, taking her father's bag and leading the way. "Now that you and Patrick are okay, will you introduce him to Lawrence?" her father asked quietly so Patrick wouldn't hear. "Yes, Dad. Tomorrow we'll have a small celebration for your release. Agnes and Lawrence are coming, and I'll introduce them then." Her father squeezed her hand. "I'm happy for you, sweetheart. My imprisonment brought something good. It reunited you and Patrick, and your family will finally be complete." She hugged him, smiling. The saying was true, joy follows pain, and this was it. The next day, Luna woke early to cook for the celebration. By afternoon, Patrick still hadn't arrived. She tried calling, but he didn't answer. "Where's Patrick, sweetheart?" her father asked. "I can't reach him." "I'll go to his office, he might be busy." Her father nodded. "Hurry so you make it back in time." She rushed to Patrick's office. Arriving as employees were leaving, she entered and froze, seeing a woman in his chair. "Luna," the woman said, startling her. "You know me." The woman nodded, laughing. "How could I not know the woman I'm jealous of?" Luna frowned. "You heard me right, I'm Alice Guzman, Patrick Vasquez's fiancée. The man you were flirting with in that rural town." Luna froze, stunned. The woman was beautiful, and it wasn't surprising she could be Patrick's fiancée. "You thought I didn't know what you were doing with my fiancé?" Alice stepped closer. "If I were you, I'd stay away. He's just playing you." "Getting revenge for leaving him?" Luna's tears fell, her chest tightening. Alice smirked. "Don't believe me? Ask him." Luna turned to see Patrick standing behind her, watching Alice. "What are you doing here?" he asked. Alice smiled. "Picking up my fiancé. We have dinner tonight, right?" Luna stared at Patrick, his nervous expression confirming Alice's words. She slapped him hard as he approached. "Luna, let me explain," he cried. "Explain? You don't need to, just tell me, if it's true, is she your fiancé?" Her heart shattered again, believing it had healed with their reconciliation. She slapped him again. "I thought you meant what you said, but you were just playing me." She fled the office, ignoring his calls. "What have you done, Alice?" Patrick demanded, furious. She shrugged. "Didn't I tell her the truth?" He slammed the desk, seething. At home, Luna ran to her room, sobbing. Agnes and her father were shocked, unable to console her. "What happened to Mom?" Grandpa Lawrence asked. Mr. Miller smiled sadly. "I don't know, buddy. Let's leave her be, she's strong, she'll be okay." He took Lawrence's hand. "Come on, let's eat." While Mr. Miller chatted with guests, Lawrence slipped to Luna's room. Overhearing his mother cry and mention Patrick, he felt her pain. The next day, Lawrence went to PVL law firm. "Is attorney Patrick Vasquez here?" he asked the employees. They paused, charmed by the cute boy. A woman approached. "You're adorable." What do you need with Papa P, Attorney Vasquez? Lawrence tilted his head. I want to talk to him in private. The woman scratched her head, noting his resemblance to Patrick but dismissing the thought, as Patrick wasn't known to be married or have a child. Sir, someone wants to see you, she called. She opened the door wider, and Lawrence entered, staring at Patrick, who was equally shocked by their likeness. You can leave us, Patrick said, eyes fixed on the boy. The woman left, and Patrick knelt to his level. Who are you? What's your name, kid? Why are you here? Lawrence tilted his head, glaring. You're the one making my mom cry. Patrick frowned. Your mom? Who's that? The boy stared blankly. Besides my mom, is there anyone else? Patrick's eyes widened, stunned by the boy's boldness. Luna Miller is my mom, Lawrence said, smirking. And you don't need to guess if I'm your son, our faces are proof. Patrick blinked, sinking into his chair, gripping his hair. I have a son? I have a son with Luna, he stared at Lawrence. Why didn't she tell me? Lawrence shrugged. Because you're a jerk. Patrick flinched. Yes, you're a total jerk for making my mom cry. Patrick held his shoulders. I didn't know, son, I swear. I'll talk to your mom. I'll make it up to you both. He hugged Lawrence tightly, unaware of her son's actions. Luna returned to work. Her manager called her. Luna, we have an important guest in the VIP room. I want you to handle it. She nodded. Yes, Mom. In the VIP room she said, Good morning, sir, I'm Luna, your waitress. But she froze when Patrick turned to face her. She tried to leave, but he quickly blocked her, locking the door. What are you doing, Patrick? She snapped, stepping back. We need to talk, Luna. She laughed bitterly. Talk? We have nothing to discuss. You made it clear you played me. He took a deep breath, looking into her eyes. Yes, I admit I wanted revenge for the pain of you leaving me, but in that rural town, my feelings for you came back. They never left, just buried under anger. Everything I did and said, there was truth. I realized I still love you. She covered her ears. Stop lying, Patrick, I'm done with your lies. He stepped closer, taking her hand. I'm telling the truth, Luna. I love you and I won't let you go again. She closed her eyes, trying to block him out, especially now that he knew about their son. What did you say? She asked, stunned. He cupped her face. Lawrence came to me yesterday. He scolded me for making you cry. He stroked her cheek. I'm sorry for hurting you, Luna. About Alice, my family declared her my fiancée, not me. Since you left, I've loved no one but you. Tears fell as she looked at him. Patrick, I didn't want to leave you. My sister had an accident and I needed money. Your family offered me a deal to leave you, she sobbed, her knees buckling. Patrick caught her and they sank to the floor. I love you, Patrick, but my sister and dad are my only family. I took the money against my will. We came to the city to treat Agnes. A month later, I learned I was pregnant. I kept the baby because it was all I had left of you and our love. He hugged her, crying too. I'm sorry, babe, I didn't know how much you went through. He pulled back, cupping her face. I'll make it up to you and our son. He kissed her forehead. Luna formally introduced Patrick and Lawrence, explaining everything to their son, who warmed to his father. Patrick confronted his parents, furious at their interference, but Luna urged him to forgive them, as they thought they were doing what was best. Though they'd once disapproved of Luna's humble background, they now accepted her, especially after learning about their grandson. Luna discovered the firm's name, PVL, stood for Patrick Vasquez and Luna Miller, proof he'd never stopped loving her. 2 months later, Patrick and Luna married, fulfilling their old dreams. A year later, they welcomed a daughter. Their family, Patrick, Luna, Lawrence, and their new baby, was complete, a testament that love and happiness triumph over pain, proving destiny reunited them despite years apart. The end. Thanks for watching this hilarious tale. Drop me a comment in the comment section below. My name is Mr. Hope, your favorite narrator. Until we meet again, be safe.